Good morning, everybody. On Friday, in the Devyn Michaels beheaded boyfriend trial, the victim's mother, Yoko Willett, testified that her son, Jonathan Willett, had been living with her and was preparing to move in with Devyn Michaels and their shared children. Now, on the night of August 6th and 7th of 23, she stated that her son, Michaels, went out about 8 p.m. and returned about 10. And later, she heard strange noises around 2 a.m., and the dogs were barking, which was out of ordinary. The next morning, she discovered her son's truck outside, but could not reach him. She found him in his room, wrapped in a blanket. When she opened it, she saw a lot of blood. She then called 911. Now, days later, she noticed a large knife from her kitchen was missing. In her testimony, we learn the places that John Willett at the scene and indicates that he was about to transition into living with Michaels and with his children, which supports the prosecution's narrative of motive of the removal of the father from the picture. The hearing of noises and dogs barking around 2 a.m. suggests that something unusual was happening that night. It gave a temporal context to the violent act that may have occurred. The missing large knife raised possibility of the weapon being removed from the scene of the crime, which supports the idea of tampering and concealment. Her testimony also showed she found the victim in his room, wrapped and bloodified, which underscores the brutality of the events and supports the evidence of decapitation and dismemberment. The head is still missing, and the state of the body. Now, the defense highlights inconsistencies, for example, in the cross examination of Yoko Willett, admitting that she could not recall whether she told the police the dogs barked at 3 a.m. or whether she first said the knife was missing when she testified. Because she was interviewed initially without an interpreter, but later testified through a Japanese interpreter, the defense may argue a language barrier and misunderstanding. Join me today as we dive into this case for another day of testimony.